Hello and welcome to jasonnewland.com. My name is Jason Newland. This recording is going to be a squeaky desk for some reason. Why is my desk squeaking? Anyway, Hypnosis for Anxiety, the Library of Calm, I'm calling it. Please only listen when you can safely close your eyes. There isn't really anything for you to do. And as per usual, Vinny, my little Jack Russell, my little ginger Jack Russell, is my co-host. And his injection of sounds in the background include him giving himself a little bit of a bed bath, as it were. Vinny, I think that part of you is clean already. Doesn't need an hour. I think it's clean. Oh dear. So, ideally, I would recommend lying down on a bed or flat surface that supports your body, or sitting in a chair that supports your body, somewhere comfortable, ideally quiet if at all possible, but you don't need silence for this. Because I can't guarantee silence on my side, and there might not be silence where you are. You may be lying down on your bed, but there may be a television in the other room and someone's watching that. Or there may be a neighbour with music playing, or traffic going past your house, planes going overhead. That does not affect this recording, does not affect the benefits that you can gain from listening to my very boring voice. And also, this is not sleep. At least it doesn't have to be sleep. You may choose to listen to this at bedtime and just allow yourself to drift off into a comfortable, deep, healing sleep. Or you may decide to just listen to the recording with your eyes closed, and then afterwards get up and just enjoy the rest of your day. It is completely up to you. You are the boss. So, as I said before, my name is Jason Newland. I've been doing this for nearly 20 years now. I don't mean this particular recording, although it might seem like it's dragging. But you know, over time I've done a lot of recordings. And one of the things that I'm most passionate about helping people with is reducing anxiety and stress. And part of the reason is because of my own experiences with those conditions throughout my life. And also because I've been told by many people over the years that I've actually helped them. So, you know, it's one of my passions, as well as chronic pain relief and relaxation in general, and insomnia, or helping people to sleep. I would say that pretty much all of my recordings can help with all of those situations. whether it's the let me bore you to sleep, whether it's a anxiety hypnosis session. It's all relaxing. And that's the very least that you should expect from listening to my voice, is that you feel more relaxed at the end of it. At the very least. So I'm going to start and just let you know that this is your time. Or just to remind you, this is your time. It's a place just for you. And because it's a recording, you can re-listen to it as many times as you choose. And each time you do listen, you may notice certain changes occur. You may notice things that you didn't notice before. And it's not just how you feel whilst listening to my boring voice. It's also how you feel afterwards. How you feel the next day. How much more relaxed you start to feel in those situations where perhaps you weren't feeling as relaxed as you'd like to feel. But now, moving forward, you start to notice that there's a certain sense of calmness, and also the expectation has changed from how it used to be to expecting to feel relaxed. You expect to have a certain calmness spread over your body, your face, almost like it's travelling. The peacefulness is travelling through your veins. And as I said before, you don't have to do anything. Nothing at all. You can just let my voice be here in the background. Like I was going to say slightly, but maybe very boring guide in a museum that you don't really want to visit, but somehow turns out to be exactly the place that you need to be. My voice is just what you needed to hear in this moment. So we're going to start off by just going through some body relaxation. And this is going to be, might seem a little bit strange, some of the things that I'm going to say, but if you've listened to me before, you'll probably not be surprised at that. So I'm going to ask you to do something that you may never have done before. And don't worry, I'm not going to ask you to do an impression of a goat giving birth. Nothing quite as strange as that. But I'd like you to imagine that you are a house. Yep, you heard me right. You as a house. And no matter how strange this is, just stay with me. It might make sense in the end. It might not. So your house and your feet are the foundations. Your legs are the solid beams. Your chest is the rooms of that house. And your mind is the attic. And anxiety is like a noisy neighbour who sometimes knocks on the window, waving frantically, pointing at nothing in particular. Almost pointless. And today we are drawing the curtains closed. And Vinny's going to have some water while we do that, and while you lock the door gently. I'm sure he doesn't make that much noise normally when he's drinking. He's just cleansing his palate, I suppose. And after locking the door gently, you wander through the house, room by room, and a gentle tidying begins. Your feet, the carpet is fluffed. Your legs, the walls freshly painted. Your stomach, a kettle humming peacefully in the kitchen. And your chest, windows open and fresh air drifting in. And in the attic, that overthinking attic, there are boxes labelled worries that are being carried down one by tiny, ridiculously efficient removal men. They look like they've come from a comedy sketch, like Benny Hill or something like that. And each box is stacked outside and gently carried away. And with every breath, one more box leaves, one more thought filed. And now imagine a great spiral staircase, wide, endless, curving down into quiet, with each step padded, safe, carpeted, and covered in something so soft it might as well be clouds. And I'll count down slowly, and as I do, you drift lower. 10, floating. 9, each step lighter. 8. Thoughts evaporating like mist. 7. And even the noisy neighbour has gone home now, finally. Gone to sleep. 6. You're half asleep already. 5. Deeper. 4. Softer. 3. Nearly weightless. 2. Still sinking. 1. And rest. You know that anxiety is like a badly tuned radio. Static, crackle, random bursts of advertising jingles you never asked for. And you today are the engineer with a very silly toolkit. A banana wrench, a feather screwdriver, a marshmallow hammer, and with every twist and tap, the static becomes music, then softer, then silent. Or maybe anxiety is like a cat that insists on sitting on the wrong chair. You may say, "Not that one." And Vinny starts to eat a bone for some reason while I'm talking. Cheers, mate. So you say to the cat, "Not that one." And the cat says, "Yeah, this one." But today the cat is too sleepy to argue. It just curls up in the corner and snores. Or perhaps anxiety is like a man on a ladder, shouting about storms that never arrive. But today the ladder folds itself away and the shouting man shrinks to the size of a toy soldier, then wanders off muttering, "Oh, okay, then I'll bother someone else." Although you can hardly hear him because he's the size of a toy soldier. Now, I'd like you to imagine a library. Not the normal kind, because this one is underground. lit by gentle lanterns, carved into smooth stone. The shelves are filled with books that hum softly like sleeping animals. And each book is a worry that you once carried. And you can open one if you like and notice how the words on the page fade, blur, and vanish the longer you stare. The worry itself dissolves into nothing but gentle ink mist. Shelf by shelf, book by book, the library is empty in itself. And in that emptiness there is space. Space for calm, space for laughter, space for the little relief that comes when you realize you've misplaced your worry when you really can't be bothered to find it. Now imagine a moment in the future, one that might once have felt anxious, but instead of tension, you see yourself shrugging, almost bored, breathing slow, maybe even laughing at how small that old feeling seems now. As every anxious signal becomes like a soap bubble, floating up, pop, and it's gone. No drama, no fight, just soft, popping bubbles, vanishing. And every time you notice your breath, that same calm returns. In the supermarket queue, on the bus, even in bed at night, calm is your new default. Calm is your new standard feeling. And anxiety has become too lazy to keep up. And now you can choose. If this is the time for rest, then just let yourself drift into sleep, as if sliding from one dream into another. Or if you need to wake, I will count from 1 to 5. And at 5 you return alert, refreshed, a little lighter, carrying calm like a secret in your pocket, always available to relax you, to calm you. One, coming back. Two, slowly rising. Three, energy returning. Four, lighter now. And five, wide awake, clear and calm. Or fast asleep and safe. Remembering to be kind to yourself, because you do deserve to be happy. And be gentle with yourself. You deserve to feel safe. Lots of love. Bye.